Hey all, we'll be starting in about 7.5 minutes. Hey all, we'll be starting in about 7.5 minutes.
2-minute warning. Sound check, sound check. Is the echo gone? We're at T minus 60 seconds. $50 seconds. Microphones are live. Thank you, Kenoic Sapien, and welcome. T minus 30 seconds. $20. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Qapla! I should have had my glasses down for that. Welcome everyone to the Deep Space Nine live review of past Prologue, Season 1, Episode 3, original air date, January 10th, 1993. My God, it was, I don't know what was in the news that week. I should have looked it up. This is my tablet, so I can follow comments as I need to while watching, and this is my microphone. I'll move that a little bit out of the way. So thank you guys all so much for showing up. Bill Clinton wasn't president yet. No, I guess not. 93 would have been H.W., huh? H.W. Bush. So, I guess, when was the Gulf War? The first one. Alexa, when was the Gulf War?
The Gulf War started on August 2nd, 1990 and ended on February 28th, 1991.
So we were
Customers have also asked,
cancel!
what is the Iraq War? Would you like to know the answer?
No. Thank you, but no. So, apparently...
Talk to you later.
So, apparently, by 93, the country had hated H.W. Bush. They were sick and tired of him. Huh?
What day was it?
January 10th. Oh yeah, so Clinton had a few more days to go before inauguration. Yeah, they were ready to see H.W. Bush go. He had already been voted out. Anyway, Joseph Petrick with a €2 super chat. Thank you so much, Joseph. He said, speak up and take my money. And chat. Hit the like. Yes, hit the like if you can, if you do enjoy this. If you don't like it, hit dislike. Just leave me a comment. Let me know what I could do better. Also, switch on over to live chat instead of top chat if you wish to see all of the comments. Chris Purser with a $5 Canadian super chat. He says, Hail Bird, can't stay but we'll watch this afterwards. Qapla to our favorite Klingon, Qapla, Chris Purser, and I assume you're probably over at Nerdrotic stream if he is still streaming. I was there before I started this. Nerdrotic hit 100,000 subscribers. congratulations to that man. He is an inspiration to all of us little YouTubers. A year ago, he was at like 2,000 subs or something. And a year before that, virtually nothing. Virtually nothing. Thomas Potts with a $1.99 super chat. He says, Karoga is the most beautiful country in the world. Thank you so much, Thomas. I appreciate it. It was very, very kind of you. And Josh Street with his 1 megabit uploading. So unfortunate, Josh Street. I am sorry. And Hector also has 1 megabit uploading. And Hector, I saw your video come onto YouTube earlier. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I will watch it soon. And Trey Hanks only needs 5 more subscribers to get to his 100. So people, if you're not already subscribed to Trey Hanks, head over to his channel, check him out. He does gaming stuff. I'm not sure what else, but check him out and throw the guy a subscribe if you're at all interested. And even if you're not interested, you could throw a subscribe. He's part of the nerd community now. We can take him. We can help him. Hector says at least Klingon is a waste. No, Klingon Island is not a wasteland. There are no wastelands in the Empire of Karoga. Yes, this episode is 26 plus years old, Kennewick. Hector says, blame my little accident. Josh Street says, Hector, this one is bigger than any other video I've uploaded due to all the filters I've added during video editing. Very cool. We had a little echo issue that's been solved. Main engines are go for start, says Josh Street. Lots of numbers being thrown out by Thomas Potts. We have liftoff of the Bird of Prey 5, says Josh Street. Matthew Bennett says new view screen. It is the Deep Space Nine view screen, and I did clean it up a little from last week. I had the same screen for last week, except it was a little fuzzy around the edges. I added that kind of darker blue bevel to just kind of make it look a little cleaner around the edges. So I hope you guys enjoy it a little bit better. Make it look a little bit more professional. Not a lot. I'm not going for the polished look, but I'd like to fix the little things where I can, and that was something I could do. I've actually got 3 or 4 different versions of the Deep Space Nine view screen, and this was the best one I saw. This was actually one that was rendered in HD from the What We Left Behind documentary, whereas the others, unfortunately, are all lower resolution. So this one is working out. Seems to be working out. I hope you guys enjoy it. Bill Clinton wasn't president yet, says Kennewick. Joseph Patrick, is it buffering only on my side? It seems to be good from my side, but it's YouTube, depending where in the world you are, what state you're in, what city you're in, what internet service you have, you can never be sure. Josh Reed says, what's Bird of Prey's power level? It's over 9,000. Trey Hanks says, Bird of Prey, me and Thomas were first. Thomas was first. Hector was a very close second, it appeared. And and you were third. But you guys were all here in the same minute, so I could understand if on your screen it might show a little different, but on my screen it was Thomas, Hector, and you all within seconds of each other. But congratulations to you all. You all win my respect. Isn't that the greatest prize of all? Josh Street says 1991. Oh, that was the Gulf War. Yeah, thank you. It sounded like a little earlier than 93, but honestly, I'm not sure of those dates. Thomas Pont says, when was the War of 1812? Well, it's I think that was where the great library of Alexandria was attacked in Rome, was during the War of 1812 back in 1926. But that's just me. I'm not sure. Pro tip, says Kennewick, instead of Alexa, say Calypso.
Hi there.
Hi. Josh Street says if you hit the dislike, you will end up sleeping with the fishes. I can't. I'm not going to confirm nor deny that might happen. I have no powers. You know, if that happens, it's just coincidence. Matthew Bennett says, don't tell him hit dislike, leave constructive criticisms. Yeah, but either way, it counts as an interaction for the video, so it's not the end of the world. John DeMarco says, hello all, welcome John. Trey Hanks says he does video logging, very cool. Marlena Monroe says, second adpocalypse coming. I know. I keep getting videos warning and Nerdrotic and Computing Forever. They're warning about the Purge is coming, and I still can't mobile live stream. And I posted a post in a YouTube creator help section, seeing if I could figure out, anybody could tell me why I can't live stream. I don't even know if I can email YouTube creators. Every time I try to go to the page they say to go to, I don't see an email option. But I'm hesitant to, because I'm like, if there's something wrong, maybe the fact that I can live stream at all is a good thing. And I'm hesitant to even push it. Because, yeah, something's coming, and I kind of just assume, wait and see.
Send all your subscribers to me.
And wait and see what happens. But yeah, you guys should, if you don't mind, please also subscribe to MamoPray5. The link to her channel can be found on BertoPray5.com. Right at the top, it says BertoPray5 on YouTube, /MamoPray5. If you click on MamoPray5, you'll get to her channel. She's only got 10 subscribers for now, but she will be the backup channel. She will be the backup channel. Marlena says, oh, and hi, guys. Welcome, Marlena. Trey Hank says, that's 96 now. Almost there. Very cool. Captain Cat says, poof. You all say I was first, and I get the reward. Trey Hank says, I respect that. Captain Cat, 1926. John DeMarco, Bird's version of history is the most fun. Trey Hanks says also he does gameplays. Josh Street says, Bird, when was the Great Bird Wars of 2019? The Great Bird Wars of 2019. Well, there's two. There's, of course, the Karoga Turkestan War, which is ongoing. And then there's the Bird Wars of the Battle of the Backyard, in where Sassy single-handedly takes on an army of pigeons, sparrows, and assorted small birds. And anytime she goes out in the backyard, she chases them ferociously until they fly away. So I'm not sure which of the bird wars. But they are both ongoing, we'll say that. Joseph says, my wife does not like it when I'm here first. Oh, Joseph, well, you weren't here first today, so it worked out. Your wife will be happy. Mystique LeBrow, welcome, Mystique. Mystique, welcome. Did I have a message for you? Yes, Mystique, I do have a message for you. I need your address if you want your prize that you won. So please, I know I followed you on Twitter. If you want, give me a message on Twitter with your address, or go to my Discord, which you can find the link on BertoPray5.com, and send me a message on my Discord, a private message, obviously, with your address, if you want the prize, which got revealed yesterday, by the way. It is a hat. that says "Make Klingons Great Again," and an autographed picture of me and Sassy. Autographed by both me and Sassy. So, if you want that, Mystique, please send me a message on either Twitter or Discord. Captain Cat is lulling Joseph. Thomas Bot says, Anti-Trick removed the stream from today. Yeah, I saw that. Somebody brought it up before. I checked it. I don't know. I have no idea why he removed it. He's not showing up on Skype right now. So maybe he said something. I honestly, my doctor came during his stream, so I missed the last 30 or 40 minutes of his stream. I was going to go back and rewatch it, but now I can't. Did you guys make him play something? Did he play something that had a copyright? Because if you play something that's copyrighted on live stream, they don't immediately take it down, but if you keep it up, you might not be able to live stream while it's up for the live stream. So he kind of has to take it down. Joseph Petrick says, it was a good stream, bit hairy. We need to ask him why. Yeah, well, he had his hair down because he wasn't feeling good. John Street says, Momo Prey has 11 subs. Very cool. Mom says thank you. Trey Hank says, I'm going live as soon as you finish this video. Very cool, Trey. Well, I'm going to get started very soon. Captain Cat says, I'm still trying to get my live streams working, Trey. Lol. And John Street says, Momo Prey 5 channel. Oh, very cool. You put in the link to Momo Prey 5's channel. And yes. Oh, you're up to 14 subs. You're up to 14 subs. Trey Hanks, he's at 12 now. Canowick says, Congrat, Mystique. Yeah, and I just lost the chat. There we go. The Epic Beard. Welcome, the Epic Beard. Epic Beard, I saw you join JUOT.net. I saw a post from you. I hope they're treating you well. They're not the easiest on newbies sometimes, but it's a fun group if you hang around. The Epic Beard says, you were right. Something was coming. Now I'm here. Never fear. I'm here. I don't know if I'll save the day, though. It seems a bit overkill. Well, it's good that you're here, Epic Beard. Welcome. Trey Hank says, subscribe to me, guys, and I'll shout out all new subscribers after this video. And Joseph Petrick is subbed to Mom. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to get started. Like last time, this is on Netflix. So if you're going to follow along, make sure you got Netflix queued up. It is episode 3 of Deep Space Nine, past Prologue. Now, just a heads up, this episode, although it's episode 3, was actually the second episode to air. It aired the week after Emissary. For reasons, they decided to air it before the episode that we saw last week. They swapped places of episode 2 and episode 3. I think they did it because Garak is introduced in this episode. And even then, they realized how, pivotal Garak was going to be in this series. Garak is just a great character. And granted, he didn't get a lot of respect at the time, but today he does. So that's my only guess. I really can't figure out any other reason that they would have aired this first. It's a little bit more action-y, I guess. I'm not 100% sure what happens. I remember that there's a ship comes through. Well, we are introduced to Garak at the very beginning. And then a ship, I don't know if it comes through the wormhole or there's a ship. It has a Bajoran terrorist on it. And Kira and Sisko have a fight over him. He requests asylum. And I don't remember what happens after that. I'll be completely honest. Which is fine. I kind of like it because I'm going to watch it and we'll see what happens. It's almost a live reaction. But I have seen it before, obviously. Mystique, she loves Garak. I'm not surprised. And John DeMarco, it's a shame this was Garak's only appearance in season 1. Really, John, I didn't even realize that. That is a shame. They brought up on What We Left Behind. They had showed this footage from this episode, and that's at the very beginning of this episode. So we'll see. Trey Hank says, "Oh, I low how my live chat is not working because I don't have 1,000 subscribers." Trey, I don't know if it's possible, but if you can live stream from a computer, from like a PC or a Mac, you can still live stream with less than 1,000 subscribers. It's only if you live stream on a mobile device, a cell phone, or a tablet, that they don't let you live stream with less than 1,000 subscribers. For their own reasons. Josh Street says, wasn't Garak only supposed to be on this episode? Josh Street, I don't think so. I mean, it seemed like they were setting him up for a recurring character. Trey Hank says, it's my chat. Sassy girl, come on, baby. I'm going to get started here. So anyway, cue up Netflix. We've got, what's it called? Past Prologue, Season 1, Episode 3 of Deep Space Nine. I will try to pause it when I believe the commercial breaks are coming up. And we'll go from there. You know, I'll start talking and talking about what's happening a bit, but this is going to try to do more of a review of what's going on than play by play, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out. We'll see how it works out. Captain Cat says he almost cried when Garak's girlfriend died. Well, his girlfriend was Gul Dukat's daughter. She was much, much younger than him, too. I'm still not convinced it was his girlfriend. I'll just say that. A special friend, yes. A special friend. So, okay, I'm going to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Past Prologue. We're coming in on the station. We've got Dr. Bashir sitting at a table. Looks like in Quark, so the Replimat somewhere. He's got some flowers on the table. And Garak comes over to him from behind and introduces himself. He says, "Oh, you're Dr. Bashir, aren't you? May I introduce myself?" Garak says his name is Garak. He's the only Cardassian left on the station, and he appreciates making new friends. And he says, you know, you're new to the station. Dr. Bashir says, yes, he is, and he puts up his hands like this. Bashir is very intimidated, and Bashir says that, yeah, he understands that you stayed behind, and that you have that you're a tailor or something. And Garak's like, oh, you know of me. How nice. And Bashir tells him that some people think you're a spy, that you stayed behind. Well, he didn't say spy, that you stayed behind to tell the Cardassians, the eyes and ears of Cardassians. And Garak says, oh, you're not insinuating I'm a spy, are you? And Bashir says, oh, no, sir, no, sir. And Garak says, open mind, the essence of intellect. And now Garak is telling him about his clothing shop nearby, and that, you know, Bashir should come by at some point if he needs anything. Bashir says, that's very kind of you, Mr. Garak. And we get the famous line from Garak, no, it's just Garak. Plain, simple Garak. And now for the little cringe moment, Garak puts his hands on Julian's back, gives him a little bit of a rub down on the back, and excuses himself. And Julian runs to Ops to tell Miles, because I think he was just the closest person. They weren't friends yet. Yeah, he just comes to Miles and says that you never knew who just came and had lunch with me. He's like, the spy, Garak. And they're like, Sisko's like, we don't know for a fact he's a spy. And Bashir's like, he's a spy. And he made contact with me, of all people. And Dax is like, well, what do you think he wanted? And Bashir's like, I don't know, Federation medical secrets? They're safe with me, Captain. And Sisko, like, is laughing it off at him. He's like, whatever. Bashir is like, tells Miles, well, you should put a listening device on me, just in case. They're all looking at him like he's nuts. And now we're getting some type of alert. There's a Bajoran ship being attacked by Cardassians. Damned Cardassians are attacking a Bajoran ship in Bajoran space. Miles confirms they're in Bajoran space. They're opening a hailing frequency to the Cardassians. The Cardassians are ignoring it. They're telling the Cardassians to break off the pursuit. And Miles is saying the Bajoran vessel's hailing, and they're having a lot of subspace interference or whatever. They only get an audio signal. And the guy won't say who he is, but he's asking help for emergency help, a request for emergency help. Welcome, Daniel's Hot Topics. We're watching Deep Space Nine past Prologue. So the ship just blew up, but they beamed the guy into ops. What a terrible place for a transporter pad. So they all run up to him in ops. He says his name. He requests political asylum, and he recognizes Kira. He says, Kira? Big surprise. And we get the Deep Space Nine intro going on. The comet is going to fly by. So, Trey Hanks says he'll be back. Okay, Trey. We'll see you later. Mystique is lolling at Thomas. Thomas is Bashir. He didn't die. Did I say Bashir died? Captain Cat says, seems like Garrett and Ducat went nuts in season 7. Well, Ducat went nuts. That was certifiable. Daniel's Hot Topics. Hey, all you bird of prey. We're just watching this, Daniel. Thomas Potts says, why do so many people in Trek go by their last names? Well, Garak is just plain simple Garak. Bashir? I don't know, because I guess I could call him Julian. I just prefer to call him Bashir. Sometimes I'll call him Julian. It's whichever's on the tip of the tongue. Worf is just Worf. Or Mr. Worf. Worf, son of Moog. Sisko, Sisko sounds cooler than Ben. Oh, it's Ben. Benjamin. Benny. Benny Russ. No. Benny. Sisko is the Sisko. That's just a matter of respect. Dax is Dax. I mean, you could call it Jadzia. They're kind of two different things. John DeMarco says, it's just puts on sunglasses. Plain simple Garak. Captain Cat is laughing. Kareth Rice. Welcome, Kareth Rice. Do the voices like an audiobook. I don't think I can do that. So, Kira just said his name. I missed it. The Cardassians are now hailing them. It's like a double screen and screen. He's Kalmar. Even the Bajorans wouldn't grant asylum to him. He's committed heinous crimes against Cardassian people. And this guy demands that he be released into custody. And Sisko says, well, he's requested asylum. We've got to, go through our process. And he wants to know why he violated Bajoran space and threatened the station. And the Cardassians said they made no threat. And Sisko and Kira are going to go down to the infirmary. And Sisko tells O'Brien that if this Cardassian tries to dock, make up a few docking regulations to keep him in dock for a while. And Kira is saying, you're not seriously considering handing him over. And Sisko's asking, were you part of this Con Mar? And Kira says, no, if I was, she wouldn't be working for the government now. And he's heard bad things about this group. They assassinated somebody last month. And Sisko's like, is he Con Mar? Because Kira's being coy about this. And Kira says, like, well, technically, yes. And now Sisko's giving her the third degree about not having divided loyalties. And Kira is saying, in no uncertain terms, her loyalties are clear. They're to Bajor, not to him. And she's saying, if Bajor is ever going to build a strong and independent society, splinter groups like the Con Mar are going to have to come back into the fold. And she says a pretty convincing thing. And then her and Sisko walk away. It appears they've walked into the med bay. Julian, I said Julian this time, is there. Apparently there's really no such thing as patient-doctor confidentiality. If you're the commander of the station, you can just come by and inspect anyone at any time. Bashir showing off the wounds this guy had, and he's basically was being tortured by Cardassians. Sisko's talking to him. Sisko has a few questions, and Kira told them that Sisko hasn't made up his mind on the asylum. He hasn't made up his mind on the asylum yet. So, be careful what you say. And Sisko's like, you better let me handle this. So Sisko's asking him if he's Con Mar. Yes. And you would keep killing Cardassians? He said, yeah, I would. And he's wanted for any number of 100 things he's done. And Sisko's like, why? And he's saying, honestly, I don't know anymore. He's just doing it. He's saying he's tired of the killing. He's had enough of the killing. And now Dr. Bashir comes in and conveniently says that he's had enough and it's, he needs to rest. Now we switch over to Kira. Kira is going over Sisko's head. She's contacted an admiral at Starfleet and is saying that Commander Sisko, frankly, she doesn't think Commander Sisko knows what he's doing with this, that he's passing something up. So you should know by now, if you ever think it is a good idea to go over somebody's head, and this was a good lesson I learned for life. This was a good life lesson in this episode. I'm pausing it here. We're at 34 minutes and 4 seconds left. There was a great life lesson here, and it translated well, even through my years working and stuff. Do not go around the chain of command unless it is an absolute dire emergency that you're going to quit or you're going to be fired if you don't do it. Anything less than that, you are risking permanent career damage to your reputation, because in all likelihood, what's going to happen is exactly what happened here. The Admiral is going to contact Sisko in a couple minutes and tell him he's got a problem because he's got subordinates trying to go around and subvert his authority. Which, by the way, is the way it really works. Not like what we see portrayed in Star Trek Discovery, where Michael Burnham and crew just follow the orders they like and kind of just ignore the orders they don't like. That's nonsense. That is not how the world works. The way the world works is exactly like we see here. And if you think you can go around somebody's authority because you're not happy with one decision they made, yeah, that's going to backfire on you. Now, Kira ends up keeping her job and becoming a great member of the crew, but this was a mistake she made here. There's no question. Just for anyone who might not be sure, this is real. This mirrors real life much more than anything we'll see on Discovery. Okay. Yeah, you do not go over Sisko's head. Can we say castration? Well, you could say it. I don't know what that means. Why? I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know where we go. Docking regulations, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start again. I'm starting again with 3404 left to go. And Miles is talking about fighting the Cardassians. So let's see. Let's see what he has to say. He said, you wouldn't want to turn a man, any man, over to Cardassians. You just wouldn't. And now he's getting a subspace transmission from Admiral Roland for Sisko, and Sisko's going in his office. And the Admiral is on. Ben, that Bajoran woman you had working for you interrupted a staff meeting to tell me she interfered a staff meeting to tell me she disapproved with how you're handling an asylum case. I think you have a problem. And Sisko calmly says, I understand. And he doesn't go nuts over it, which is good to his credit. He's as much as he's the Sisko, he's an evolved Starfleet type. So Kira and this guy are having a little reunion in the medical bay. And he was surprised to see Kira wearing that uniform. Thought Kira maybe forgot, the ways of the terrorists that were fighting for freedom. And the guy's asking if Kira thinks he's going to hand him over to the Cardassians. And Kira said, over her dead body. And he says, that's the Kira I remember. And he seems quite pleased with himself as he turns over on his side. So the Cardassian, I accidentally paused it. So the Cardassian comes in to Sisko's office and says, if you require all vessels to have such lengthy docking procedures, you're going to have a backup or something. And Sisko says, oh, I'm sorry. And so we're still trying to fix all the damage you guys caused. The Cardassian says, I accept your apology, but not your explanation. Is they saying this guy's name is Damar? Did they reuse that name? Anyway, the Cardassian is saying that, he really wants this guy, and it would be, it would be unwise for Starfleet to not turn him over. And Sisko's saying, I spoke to him. He says he denounces the Kunmar. He's not involved with it anymore. And Cardassian says, it doesn't matter. He's already guilty of the things he did. You have to turn him over. And the Cardassian's adamant about getting him. And Sisko's saying that he's granting him temporary asylum while he figures it out. If you want to pursue the matter, you're going to have to do it with the provisional government, not with him. He's not going to turn him over and hurt the relationship between the Federations and the Bajorans, which only makes sense if Bajor would take him. From what we heard already, Bajor doesn't really want him. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think that becomes the issue later on. So Kira is showing him, I don't know if it's quarters or something. And Kira is saying, I'm happy you're here. We need you. And he's saying, I don't think the Federation has any use for me. And Kira is saying, no, I mean Bajor needs me. And Kira is saying, if you had an impression I was in the Federation officer, you know, in any way, you're wrong. He's saying, well, you are involved with the Federation. And she says, but I'm here to help. You know, somebody has to coordinate with the Federation. With someone like her, at least she's looking out for Bajor's best interest. And he's going through, well, why should the Federation be here at all? And Kira's like, well, with the discovery of the wormhole. And she's like, I don't want the Federation here anymore, but they're serving a purpose. They're keeping the Cardassians out. The Cardassians would be back in a minute to take control of the wormhole. And the wormhole is the future of Bajor. So it's making them a power in the quadrant. But this guy doesn't want Bajor to be a power. He wants Bajor for Bajorans. He's the Donald Trump of Bajor. I paused it again. Sorry. Kira is telling him, a very impassioned, that we need it. It's easy to want it all now, but we've got to take our time. And this guy is saying, wow, you have adapted to the new ways. And Kira is saying, I'm putting herself out on the line. You are done with the Kunmar. And he's saying, yes, I'm done with the Kunmar. Too many yeses. Clearly he's not. And Kira is saying that he's talked about getting amnesty for him and any other Kunmar members that follow. And he's like, as long he'd have to talk to some other people, but there are others who might follow. And you can tell something's up. He has that look. Oh, and we've got a couple of Klingons. Is that Ursa and B'Etor? It is. It is. They do not surrender their weapons. Lursa and B'Etor from the House of Doros. Odo wants them to give up their weapons. They're saying Klingons don't give up their weapons. Odo says, well, we have regulations. You either give up your weapons or you leave. Your choice. And B'Etor asks, who are you? And he says, I'm the one giving you the choice. So they handed over their disruptors. And he welcomes them to Deep Space Nine. So we got some familiar TNG faces. They've come on. And Sisko already knows their name. Lursa and B'Etor. He knows that they had started a brief civil war and that they had tried to grab control of the Klingon High Council. And he thinks they're trying to raise capital to rebuild their armies. Anyway, Odo said they went straight to Quark's, but not for gambling or for food. They're just sitting. And Odo's saying, why don't I lock them up? And call the Klingons to come get them. Odo is just like, And Sisko is like, they haven't done anything. You can't just throw them in jail. And Odo's saying, under Cardassians, some things were simple. Lore Reloaded is live. Well, good for lore. I would be watching if not for this right now. So we're at Quark's bar. We see Morn. We see a bunch of people walking around. It's very crowded. We are seeing Garak, plain simple Garak, sitting at a table. He's looking up at Lurser and B'Etor, who are on a higher level. And Bashir comes over and says, "And how are you, Mr. Garak?" And then Garak reminds them, "Plain simple." And yes, Bashir's like, "Excuse me, plain simple, Garak." And Bashir asks, "So you're keeping an eye on the ebb and flow of things?" And Garak says, as a tailor or whatever, clothier, I have to keep an eye on, the latest trends. And he's pointing at Lurser and B'Etor and says, "Klingons, for instance, have a unique sense of fashion." And he points them out. And he says, "Those two, for instance, they're worth studying carefully." And then that guy that got amnesty, asylum, walked into the bar, and they got up, and Garak noticed that how they got up when he came in. Odo is also watching them, so this is cool. Odo's got an eye on them. Garak's got an eye on them. This is Deep Space Nine. Stuff is done in public. There's not. Now they're in a storage bay, and we saw a rat walking over the tray. So like the station's infested with rats, although we know later that rat is actually Odo. Yeah. So Lurser and B'Etor are threatening him in some way. They have some type of business deal going on. And now we see the rat turn into Odo after they left. So now we get to know Odo. Odo knows that something is going on with them, but we don't know what. And we've got a commercial break. So I'll pause it there. Let me check and see what's going on. John DeMargo, we're going to build a wall and make the Cardassians pay for it. Cardassian, don't you mean Canadian? No, Cardassian. Josh Reed says, "You went over my head." Oh no, your head is like over to the side. Oh no, that, yes. Oh, wow. Okay. Going over Sisko's head risks castration, says Captain Cat. The images, says Captain Cat. Yeah, there was some things. Schroenmore says to Epic Beard, "Bird has a Kardashian fetish." No, not Kardashian. Cardassian, the neck guys, or Kardashian, the ass women. Two different things. Necks and men, or asses and women. Very different. Neither I find particularly attractive, to be completely honest. Hector says he likes big booties, almost cheap-sized. Captain Cat says, "Difference between him and Donald Trump. Trump can back up his threats. Little dude can't do squat." Thomas Potts says, "More Mamo Pray Girls Friday." What? More Birdo Pray Girls Friday. Oh my God. More Birdo Pray Girls Friday. Today's Wednesday. Captain Cat says, "Kick out the Federation, grab your ankles so the Cardassians can have easy access." John Street says, "Wasn't this first season of DS9 before the Klingon Civil War?" No, obviously this was after the Klingon Civil War in TNG because they knew about it. Maybe it just happened. Because they talked about the Cardassian Civil War. John DeMarco said season 1 was after the Klingon Civil War. I thought you said the Klingon Fed War. No, that was later on. John Street says, Go Great Bird is trying to do 2 live streams at once on his bigger channel called Lore Reloaded. No. Kara Thrice, that 1993 footage looks like crud. Needs cleaning up bigly. Well, it's not terrible if you're watching it on Netflix itself. Obviously, we've had to take some precautions. So Not the cleanest image. Why was Mystique's post deleted? I will assume that was an accident. Mystique LaBelle says, "Go get your woman, bird." Which one? Which one? Shrowmore says, "A Kurogan's honor has no price." No, really, you can't even buy us on credit. Does US Netflix have commercials? No, Joseph. I just pausing it every so often. Mystique LaBelle was timed out by Hector for 300 seconds. Hector, oops, I blocked accidentally someone because I had the phone in my pocket. Sorry, Mystique. Let me tweet Mystique. Let me tweet Mystique and let her know. Channel block was accidental. Sorry. Mod had phone in pocket. Hopefully she will come back. Okay. Hopefully Mystique doesn't take it personally. Honest mistake. Hector says, "Strip me of this wrench. I have my desktop account." Hector, okay, Hector, you asked for it. I will take away the wrench for now. Epic Beard says, "Remember liking Odo in Deep Space Nine, but haven't seen it since airing on original TV." And Kara Thrice, I think that's sticking her tongue out. And Mr. Londell's groovy movie says, Qapla, Mr. Londell. Okay, so I'm going to start it again. So basically, Odo found out this guy's up to no good, or he's up to something with the Klingons. We don't technically know it's no good. I just have that feeling. The feeling of somebody who's watched this before. I just hit play. There's 23:40 left, and I just hit play. So Kira is coming over to Sisko, saying she managed to arrange a meeting with a minister, or two ministers, and he says that more of the Kanmar are willing to follow him if he guarantees their safety. Sisko says done. And Kira is saying, "This wouldn't have been possible without his support. I want you to know it's appreciated." And Sisko says, "Be sure to mention it next time you chat with Admiral Rollman. Go over my head again, and I'll have yours on a platter." That's how it works. That is how it works. Sisko is not happy, and now Kira's pissed. She realized she made a mistake. And why is he so close to Odo's face? Sisko came right up to his face and said, so Constable, what's new?" And Odo's saying he heard about this business arrangement. The gold is supposedly on its way. I guess with a 4x3 television picture, the actors had to be closer. And Sisko's like, "Oh, they're on their way." Odo's like, "How do you know?" And it's because Kira said that, because I know they're on their way. And Odo's like, "Do you want her to know about this?" And Sisko's like, "No, not right now." So they know. So now Lurser and B'Etor came over to Garak's shop, and they're asking. He's the tailor. He's showing them various clothes, and they took offense, and Garak is asking if there's something we wish to buy, And Lurser is saying, we're not here to buy, we're here to sell. And they're saying, we understand you represent Cardassian interest here. And Garak is like, I'm just a simple tailor. And they're saying they can deliver the prisoner to the Cardassians. And Garak is like, oh, are you able to do that? And they're saying, what is he worth in gold-pressed latinum? Garak gives them a number on a pad, and they spit on him. They said, that's insulting. And he said, ladies, stop. They're ready to storm out. Let us haggle. Let us haggle. He does the jazz hands. Let us haggle. Great, great moment. So Garak and them are going to haggle. But basically, Lursa and Bador are going to hand this guy over once they're done with him. Anyway, Kira is coming and said that she's talked to the ministers. He's going to receive amnesty. And he said, oh, I didn't realize you were such a talented politician. And Kira says, I'm not a politician. I'm just... And he says, well, you manipulated Sisko, the Bajoran government. And Kira says, I'm just dedicated, and I think they got tired of hearing my voice. And now we find out that he knew Kira was here the entire time. And that Tana is his name. And now Tana is saying he is Kungmar, and he fights for the freedom of Bajor. And you used to fight for it. Kira says, I'm still fighting for it too. And he's yelling at her now. Said, you said you don't believe in the Federation being here, but you're fighting for them. And he's saying once the Federation gets here, they're not going to ever leave once they're here. Well, he is saying now the violence is over. Nobody's going to get hurt. He promises that. But he needs her help. And Kira's like, you already lied to me. I know how the game works. But he's saying to do this, we need a ship that can go warp speed. And I gambled I could get you. He said, in one move and non-violently, we accomplished everything we ever wanted for Bajor. And she asks, how? And he says, I play the game too. He can't risk telling her. And she's like, how do you know I won't go straight to Sisko? And he says, well, if you do, then we'll both know where your loyalties are. And commercial break. But there's nothing to really talk about. So I'm letting it go. Now Garak comes over to Bashir. And he says he's being observed. And Garak is saying there's a time for levity and a time for genuine concern. And Garak is pointing out a couple of people. And he says those are Kungmar terrorists. And Bashir's concerned now. He says, what are they doing here? Garak is like, I'm not really sure. But Garak is giving him a plan on how they're going to find out what's going on. He tells Dr. Bashir, I think it's time for you to come to my shop. If you would be there at exactly 18:20 hours tonight, I will sew you a suit. And Dr. Bashir isn't getting the hint. I want you to buy a new site tonight at 18:55. Exactly 18:55. And Bashir is like, I get it. I see. Okay. And he's looking at the terrorists again. A suit. Yes, he'll buy the suit. Wow. We now get like a 1990 computer screen that's literally embedded in a wall. Not the LCAR system that we're used to, because I guess this is Bajoran or Cardassian tech. But it reminds me of like a computer screen from 1993. Sisko is asking her how she feels about those other people who came. She says she's confident with them. And now Bashir is talking to Sisko about Garak again. And Sisko's like, what are you talking about? Bashir is saying that he wants me to buy a suit at 1855. And Sisko's now intrigued, like, what does that have to do with anything? And Bashir is like, well, he wants me to buy a suit. It has something to do with those terrorists. And now Sisko is saying, you're going to go buy the suit. Because sometimes business can't be conducted through official channels. You could definitely use a new suit. So Bashir is, he's nervous. He's nervous. Kira came into Odo's office, asks if he's busy. She's asking if all the security measures are in place. And Odo says he told her they'd be taken care of, and they will. She's clearly just trying to find an excuse to say something or do something. And even Odo senses something is wrong. Odo says, there's something about you humanoids I can't imitate very well. Pretense. There's a special talent to pretense. It's as hard for him as creating one of their noses. And Kira says, maybe that's why I've learned to respect your opinion, never any pretense. Yes, Cardassians still use DOS 2 and Windows 3.1. So Kira's asking how much he knows about Mioto. And Odo says more than you probably realize. And Kira's saying she's done some things that she's not proud of. She still has nightmares about the raids on some outpost somewhere. But at least she was sure about what she was doing then. Meaning there's something she's not sure about now. And that's exactly what Odo said. She tells Odo he has no more love for the Federation than she does. And Odo says maybe. Kira is saying maybe there are still wars to be fought. She's making a fool of herself doing what she's doing. And Odo says it sounds like you're trying to talk yourself into something or out of something. Kira is saying either way I have to betray someone. And Odo says don't betray yourself. And Kira is saying, how could I possibly turn against my own people? And Odo says, are they your people? She says, they're no different than I used to be. And Odo emphasizes, used to be. And Kira says, ignore the whole thing. And now Odo leaves a tip that some type of ostrich, geranium ostrich, hides by sticking its head underwater, sometimes until it drowns. Kira is saying it was so much easier when she knew who the enemy was. I miss my Commodore 64 too. And now Odo called Sisko and said, Sisko, somebody in security who wants to talk to him. So, Bashir is 2 minutes late to the tailor shop. So Garak is literally throwing him behind a curtain with a suit. Rushes him back there. And Bashir is actually looking to see how this looks like a suit jacket, how it would look on him. And now you hear Garak say, right on time. And now he overhears Garak talking with B'Etor, and she's asking, do you want the guy or not? She's saying they will complete his business with Tanem Lore in 4 hours. And so they're gonna exchange. The Cardassians are gonna pay for him. They're asking, Garak is asking what their business with him is. She says, none of your business. He says, but if it is my business, if it requires special precautions for my people to take. And then they tell him they're delivering him some type of what sounds like some type of biological weapon issue material. Bilitrium. A crystalline element that could be a very powerful source of energy, but only if you have an antimatter converter. And he's got the ingredients for a massive bomb, because they stole something. So they've got the stolen antimatter converter, and they're going to get this stuff from the Klingons. So a huge bomb. So now Bashir, O'Brien, Odo, and Kira and Sisko are talking. And Sisko's saying there's nothing we can hold them on. Odo is saying conspiracy is a crime. O'Brien's saying, well, once they make the switch, he'll have all the ingredients for a bomb. And Kira is saying the only way to work is if Kira goes with them. They give him the runabout. They go on board. And if they don't do this, someone else will try. At least this way, they can find out what's going on. So he tells Miles to take a runabout. Him and Miles are going to take a runabout somewhere that they can watch this all go down. And Kira is going to get a runabout to get him there to make the exchange with the Klingons. Anyway, they're under surveillance the entire time. Odo's watching. So they're telling the Ganges, which Sisko and O'Brien are in, that the other people are getting ready to leave. They've shut down all power, which of course for this episode basically makes them as good as cloaked. Nobody's gonna put sensors up. So I don't understand why they needed warp, because they're going to Bajor 8, which means they're in the Bajoran system. They haven't left the solar system. And Kira says dropping to impulse. Dropping to impulse. They wouldn't have been in warp to begin with. Anyway, saying there's a Klingon bird of prey. Decloaking. Qapla. And the guy says, oh, it's okay, we're here to meet them. She says, why? He says, supplies. Meanwhile, he's hooked up something very ominous looking to the ship that just happens to fit. And we get a great zoom of how big the bird of prey is compared to the runabout, which is much bigger. They give him a tube of something. They hand it over to him. They got 15 bars of gold-pressed latinum, and they beam back. And he says, this is Bajoran independence. Kira asks, what is it? And he says, Bajoran independence. Miles says the bird of prey is moving off and cloaking. And Sisko says set an intercept course to the runabout. So they're headed over. Now our Cardassian warship is crossing the border. They'll enter Bajoran space in 29 seconds. And the Yangshi's sensors should be picking it up now. Picking them up. Anyway. Tan is like, what's going on? How did they know? And he's like, there's also a Cardassian warship headed in. The Klingons must have sold us out. So now this Tana guy smacks Kira in the face, punches her in the face, and aims a phaser at her and said, set a course for Deep Space Nine. And he said, if you don't, I'll explode the bomb right here and kill all the colonies on Bajor 8. And Kira said, you'd kill thousands of your own people? And he's saying, the question is, you'd kill your people? Set the course. So, they've gone to warp. Sisko is ordering them to drop out of warp or they'll open fire. And this guy put this bomb into a perfectly made receptacle. And he says, this is the voice of the Khan-Mar. Fire on us and we'll detonate it. And Miles is saying if we blow them up while they're at warp, it'll spread radiation across half the system. And now Sisko is calling in help on the Cardassians. So that the Federation runabout is carrying an explosive device. Can you intercept it before you reach the space station? And it's going to be too late. And the Cardassian is saying, if I could take this opportunity to say, and Sisko cut him off. Sisko is asking, can we use a tractor beam? Miles says, not at this distance. We might have to fire on them. Didn't you just say if we fire on them, it would spread radiation over half the system? So Tanmar, whatever, Kamar, whatever he is, he wants to return the shuttle to Deep Space Nine. And what he's doing is he's going to take the shuttle to the wormhole. He's not going to destroy the space station. He's going to destroy the wormhole. Or to collapse the entrance with this device. He says, no more wormhole, no more Federation, no more Cardassians or anyone. But no more profits! And he puts the phaser to Kira's head. Kira hits some buttons. The inertial dampeners go off. And Miles like, they're going to wormhole at full impulse. Oh my god. So now Kira and him are fighting in the runabout. The runabout is shaking like crazy. The guy is trying to press a detonate button that's just happens to be on the runabout. The runabout has this big red button under something. Oh, he's firing. They made it through to the gamma quadrant. And he shot something. But they weren't in the wormhole. They were in the gamma quadrant. So now the other runabout came through and it's pulling up alongside him. And he's like, damn you. And Sisko beeps over, says, Kira, are you okay? And he says, no, she's not okay. If you want her alive, you're going to do what I say. And Sisko's like, well, you're either going to surrender to me, let her go, or I'm going to let the Cardassians deal with you this time. Your choice. And not being a total idiot, this guy gives up the phaser to Kira. And Kira says there'll be no further resistance. Problem solved. Miles and Sisko, job well done. Head back to the station. Odo takes him into custody. He puts out his hands for handcuffs. And Kira is saying, the old ways don't work anymore. I had to do this. One day you'll understand. and he calls her a traitor. Odo gives him a little rough up as he turns them around. And Sisko comes to her, and she has nothing to say. They walk back, probably to Ops. Solemn music is playing. And that's the end of the episode. That is the end of the episode. So Garak, in his very first appearance, is more than helpful. More than helpful. He saved the day, to be completely honest. If not for Garak, the wormhole in all likelihood would have been destroyed. Or Major Kira would be dead, possibly, because the Cardassians might have got her. Either way, it would have been very bad. It would have been very bad. Call him O'Brien. I'm sorry, Mr. Miles. I'm sorry. I'm screwing with your head. Yes, don't forget to switch to live chat if you have not already. And Mr. Miles says, every time he says Miles, a small part of my brain instantly focuses, even though when I know in advance he isn't talking about me. Epic Beard says, spread radiation in space wouldn't affect anything. Well, I guess it might affect the planets if it came close to them. Thomas Potts says, Stargate Origins, which I guess is Mr. Miles' kryptonite. Mr. Miles says, you're killing me here, bird of prey. Showmore says, how rude of me. Greetings, Mama Prey, and greetings, Sassy. Chaser of cats, eater of cookies, the fire of cushions, and scourge of the squirrels. Thank you. Thank you. And Mama Prey says hello. Actor says, when Miles hears Miles, he doesn't smile for a while. Wow. When Miles hears Miles, he doesn't smile for a while. Matthew Bennett says, sick burn. Captain Cat says, Conan O'Brien. Trivia 1 says, Qapla, bird of prey, Mama Prey, Sassy in chat, Hopeful as well. Welcome, Trivia. I call you Trivia 1, even though the 1 is an I, but I get it. I get it. And Mr. Lundell says, how long before you get to the ship? Honestly, I don't know. What episode is it? I don't know what the ship is offhand. Let's see. Deep Space Nine. I'm assuming that is an episode of Deep Space Nine. Episode, the ship. The ship. It's the 100th episode. So we've got 97 more weeks. At this pace, 2 years. 2 years, more or less. A little less. No, a little more. A little more than 2 years from now. If I continue doing 1 episode a week, we will get to the ship. Man, that's going to be a ways out. Kara Thrice says, that episode where they play hopscotch for 30 minutes is going to be a rough watch. Yeah, move along home. That is going to be the hardest episode I have to do, because by far the worst episode of Deep Space Nine. The only redeeming quality is that if you ignore the hopscotch and the game playing within the game and just concentrate on what's going on outside, it's not so bad. Speaking of, that's an alien race we never ever see again, at least that I can remember. The first race to come through the wormhole from the Gamma Quadrant, and we've never seen it again. John DeMarco says the ship is in season 5, so it's going to be a while. Captain Cat says hopscotch is an excellent sport. Carathrice has come back in 2024. Not terribly off. Kara's lolling at Captain Cat. Actor says, how far are we into the episode for Search in Netflix? Actor, we finished the episode. It's over. Tiki of Doom says Alamari, count to 4. Alamarine. Alamarine, count to 4. Oh my god. Matthew Bennett, I liked Move Along Home for the absurdity of things. Well, maybe that's why you're here. The absurdity of things. Captain Cat says, so ignore the hopscotch and you'll have a 10-minute episode. Josh Reed says, Bird will be handing the channel over to his leftist harem to finish the Deep Space Nine reviews at this pace. Mr. Lundell's groovy movies, Move Along Home wasn't all that bad. Well, I mean, on the Discovery scale, no. On the Deep Space Nine scale, oh yes it was. On the Deep Space Nine scale, Move Along Home is the one. It's the lowest of the scores possible on the Deep Space Nine scale. Deep Space Nine scale goes from Move Along Home at the bottom to, it's a tough choice. In the Pale Moonlight, Trials and Tribulations, and Far Beyond the Stars are all excellent, excellent episodes. It's almost like the Deep Space Nine, it branches off to different types of episodes. But those are all top episodes of their genre. So, yeah. But Move Along Home is like the bottom of the toilet bowl of Deep Space Nine episodes. This episode, you know what? The more I watch it, it's got action, it's got some intrigue, some stuff. It was more of an interesting episode than last week's. Last week's was a little bit more meta. So I can kind of see why they maybe wanted to put this out there. They thought more people would like this episode, and I think for the most part they probably did. Seeing Jadzia be all holier than thou last week and talk about how, enlightened she is and how Trills don't care about love in the same way non-Trills do. I know I've been saying way too much. But, last week's, I could tell a lot of people might not like that episode. I didn't mind it, but it wasn't great. It was okay. This episode, I'd put it better. I think I rated last week's a 5. I'd say this was a 6. It's better. It's not one of the best episodes, but it's not the worst episode. So, I think 6 is fair. 6 is fair. And for a first season episode, not too bad. Not too bad. John DeMarco says the redeeming value I remember from Move Along Home is how frustrated Kira was with the stupidity of the situation. Well, there was a good line, I think, or I don't know if it was in that one, where Kira said that she never really had a childhood. She didn't get to play games. She used to, her games were to pretend Cardassians weren't killing and raping her people. Alamarine, make it stop. Thomas Spot says, someone pay Bird of Prey to sing that. Oh, no. No. Garrett Rice says, exactly. Name a Deep Space Nine episode worse than that. You can't. Stromore says, Bird of Prey, do you have any plan to do any movie watches? I'd like to see you handle the classics, RoboCop, Predator, Total Recall, etc. Stromore, I could probably do something like that. I mean, they'd go a bit longer, but we could do something. It'd be more review and less play-by-play. But yeah. Actually, speaking of other things, tomorrow, Thursday, would normally be the day I do Twilight Zone, but Twilight Zone ended. Last week was the season finale. But I saw today the new season of Black Mirror dropped on Netflix. Now, it's only 3 episodes this entire season of Black Mirror. So what I'm going to do this Thursday, next Thursday, and the following Thursday, I'm going to do a quote-unquote, it's not going to be a live review, but it's going to be a premiere again, like I did for Twilight Zone, where I'm going to watch Black Mirror. I'm going to do a little better edit of it. I'm going to play it like I did a Twilight Zone episode, and we're going to rate it. I'm going to be watching it for the first time and then I'll make my comments on it. So look tomorrow for Season 5, Episode 1 of Black Mirror, and then the following weeks will be the next 2 episodes. John DeMarco says, I think some later Mirror Universe episodes were rough. You know, I enjoyed the Mirror Universe episodes, almost all of them, to be honest. I really like seeing the other side. Matthew Bennett was the I didn't have a childhood line come from Ensign Rowe. Oh, yeah, you know what? You're right, Matthew. You're absolutely right. When Picard and the others became kids, you're right. Yeah, I think Guinan asked her something about when she was a kid. And she said I wanted the Cardassians to stop. You're right. Wrong, Bajoran. My bad. Captain Cat says Robocop Predator listed with classics. I'm sure Professor someone is hollering somewhere. And Hector says, oh, Black Mirror, nice. Yeah, Black Mirror. Now, you know, some Black Mirror episodes I loved. Some Black Mirror episodes I was meh on. And there are some Black Mirror episodes I did not like. So I'm totally, it's my guess, your guess is as good as mine as to whether it's going to be a positive review, a negative review, or a neutral review tomorrow, which I like because, to be honest, 9 out of the 10 Twilight Zone episodes were negative reviews. So I'm happy to be at a show that we could see 2 or 3 positive reviews. We could see 1. We might not see any. I don't know. We'll see what's happened. We'll see what's happened. I haven't heard anything about them yet. So tomorrow is an open book. Kareth Rice says, yeah, we're pretty lazy. Lucky to get 3 episodes in a UK season. Yeah, you guys call them a series, right? Series 5. But, you know, Black Mirror. Hey, I will take 3 good episodes of Black Mirror over 9 crappy episodes of The Twilight Zone any day. Any day. John Araki says, Black Mirror. Newbird was a Miley fan. I'm glad I made him sing Wrecking Ball now. Captain Cat says, Shromore. Not to say they aren't classics for me, but just someone yelling, but it's Gone with the Wind. Yeah, it's not Gone with the Wind. We could do Goonies. We could do Ghostbusters. We could do some comedies. I'd love to do Airplane. Something like that. We'll see. We'll see. I like the idea. We'll see how these things do. I'll be honest. The last week's Deep Space Nine video didn't do extremely well, but I like watching Deep Space Nine, so I will probably keep doing them. But we'll see if we can find something else. Hopefully Black Mirror will do better. Black Mirror will do better. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. I think that's going to conclude it for today. This was my live review of past Prologue. Overall, a nice action-packed episode. Well, not action-packed, but had action, had intrigue. We met Garak. Certainly a lot more to pull the viewer in than last week's, than episode 2. I can understand why the network switched them now, but neither is really my cup of tea. Neither is my cup of tea. John Araki with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. Is that do you need me to? I don't know. I feel like when people give Anti-Trekker $1, he'll stay on for a little bit longer. Hold those credits, says John Araki. Okay, John. We'll hold the credits a little bit. What can we do? What can we do? Do you guys want to see DJ Odyssey? No, God, no. You don't want to see DJ Odyssey. Do you want to see me destroying Anti-Trekker Island? Actor says, play my video. Is Anti still alive? John Rocky asks. I think so. Actor says his video's 3 minutes. Okay, Actor, let me see what I can do. You sure you want me to play your video? Because if I play it here, less people might go see it on your channel. But if it's what you want, I will do it. Yeah, that was where I made my countdown timer. Okay, I'm going to shut off the microphone so there's no echo. This is Hector's video. I don't want to pretend that was a mistake. That might have been intentional. That might have been intentional.
3 days later.
141 Delta Daytona clearance, maintain VFR out or below 3000, departure frequency 125.35, squawk 0143.
Sorry, I gotta mute the sound because I don't know if it's safe for YouTube. They get really picky over sound on live streams. So definitely go to Hector's channel and you can watch this with the sound. Hector, what's going on here? Why are you attacking? Why are you attacking Anti-Tracker Island? Hector, that's headed right for my house. Damn it, Hector! Did you nuke my house? How did you even get that? How did you even get that shot? I'm amazed. I'm amazed at the editing this took. Oh, look at that. That is amazing. Ah, you've got anti-aircraft fire. Well done. Well done, Hector. I can't wait to watch it with the sound after this is off. Incredible work. Although I think I think there's something wrong, Hector. Why did you attack my house? What was up with that? Hector says it's a MIDI file he's had for 10 years. Well, then it was probably okay, but I can't know it. But yeah, in the future, oh, my apologies, people. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's the YouTube music list, but even music from that, YouTube can put, and I've seen it. I've taken music from the YouTube list, and then later they've said, oh, we got to monetize this for the artist, which is bullshit, which I don't really mind. But the problem is that if that happens on a live stream, they treat it more harshly than if it happens on an uploaded video. So I just got to be really careful about the music on live streams. I saw the start. It was a Tuesday for you. I saw you took off at Kuroga International. Yes. Yes, that great video, Actor. Great video. Anyway, guys, with that, do check out Hector's channel. Check out everyone's channel, to be honest. But Hector specifically has this video out. Josh Street has a video coming out later tonight, apparently. Shromore says if you put the accreditation for music in the description, it may help. It doesn't, because it's a bot that checks, and if they hear the match, it hears the match. The accreditation isn't gonna do anything. It's nice for the artist. It's a nice thing to do, but it's not going to stop a bot from doing a copyright issue. Actor says you massacred thousands of califragilistic citizens. Monster. I didn't massacre your citizens, Hector. That was an accident. Trey Hanks says, I need 1,000 subscribers in order to do a live stream. But then he said, I'm live right now. Well, that's kind of confusing. Do you need 1,000 subscribers, or are you live right now? Hector says, I don't know what that music was. It says power. Mystique says Power Rangers theme. Oh, jeez. That might not be good. Mystique, thank you so much for coming back. I do apologize for that. Wait, how does Hector have a wrench again? I thought I took away your wrench, Hector. By your request. You see, that's why it doesn't work when I use the tablet. But it seems like you're back now. Hector, you let me know if you want to keep the wrench or you want it back, or you want me to take it back. It's up to you. Let me know. Trey says he needs 1,000 to have his chat working. That's weird. That's weird. The other Hector is an idiot. Trey Hanks, my live Steam chat doesn't work. Live stream chat doesn't work. So you're live, but without chat? That's weird. Josh Reed says, what Hectors? There are 2 Hectors, bird. Oh, right. Okay. Okay, but you're live. Okay, people want to check out Trey. He's live as well. Hector, and there's the other Hector. There's the other Hector. You are the idiot. I see, Hector. I see. Okay, you know what? I'll be honest, Hector. I didn't notice you had 2 names until just now. I'll be completely fair and honest. It shocked me. I wasn't expecting it. He said he had 2 accounts. Yeah, he did say it earlier, but it just kind of ignored it because I didn't understand what the hell he was talking about. 2 accounts? What does he mean, 2 accounts? Can you check it out? Trey, I have to do some bodily functions right after this, but I will check it out as soon as I can. Captain Cat, just take away all of Hector's wrenches because he attacked your house and give me his wrench. Soon, Captain Cat, soon. The Epic Beard says too many wrenches equals too much power. Well, we'll see. I like distributed power. Power to the people. Qapla, people. Qapla. I gotta head out. Don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. What happened? Night of the Owl just started playing for me. Qapla. Will it work? There it goes. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything Birdo Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdoPrey5 or on BirdoPrey5.com. Take care.